In this episode of How to Go Viral, we're going to be talking about the metrics that help you go viral. What metrics the platforms track that decide whether you go from a post that gets 10 views to 100 views to 100,000 views to a million views. How they test content over time. You don't go viral in 10 seconds. It actually takes a while. And how they ultimately decide what gets more reach and what doesn't. So let's get into it. So James and our team doing a great job producing this podcast.
Yes, from scratch.
Terrible job editing.
Yeah, not his forte.
So we had to fire him as an editor. Thankfully, we found the right fit. So Jason here behind the scenes is making us look better every day.
Yep.
Getting better every day, but super excited to have him.
Yeah, shout out Jason.
I think it's your first episode being edited by him.
Yes,
right?
I know. That's why I'm saying hello. Nice to meet you. You're doing great.
All right, well, let's get some good sauce here for the creators.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
So obviously, we're in the business of helping brands go viral. And the way we do that is by our growing army of noise creators who go make all this awesome content. You get to work with them every day. You get to help them. You get to come up with great ideas that they can go and execute in ways we couldn't even imagine. But I feel like there's still a lot of mystery around what ultimately decides if a post gets 0 views, 100 views, 100,000 views, or a million views.
Exactly. There's like this all-knowing, omnipresent algorithm that there's actually a lot of science and math too that we can actually kind of explain.
But ultimately, we should address that it's not 100% known, right? Ultimately, we don't work at these companies. Most people that work at these companies don't know themselves. It is a very sophisticated algorithm. It keeps changing over time. But there is some like common sense and just tried and true information that I think is worth putting out for the creators to understand more of what ultimately decides how their content ends up performing. It is also worth pointing out that there is inevitably some degree of luck.
For sure.
Right time, right place, right whatever.
Yeah, right look, right something.
Yes. Yeah, the right color fingernail.
Right, yes. You open your mouth at the exact point second that which is the most entertaining to look at.
You're right. There's a bird flying in the background exactly at the time you started shooting. Things that you can never control. And that's actually part of the beauty of it is just you never know when it's going to hit. Right. If I were to pull someone from the street and tell them, what do you think the number one metric is for getting views? Like obviously views is the ultimate metric that you're trying to get. What determines how many views you get? What would you think the random person says? Not what you say.
Oh, with a random person?
Yeah, just the average person.
Probably just likes?
Yes.
Okay.
So likes have been around since as long as social media has been around. But likes are actually, to dispel that right off the bat, the least signal. So ultimately, algorithms are a set of rules, right? And the rules say, well, if this happens, then this happens. And if this happens, then this happens. And if this gets this ratio, then that's good. And if it gets this other ratio, then that's bad. And likes have been around since before Facebook, right? I think probably High Five had Facebook, which I don't expect you to ever have used, or MySpace and all those. And likes are just not that strong of a signal.
Yes.
It is
the easiest to do.
It's easiest to do, which is why it's not the strongest signal because it's like low stakes, right? If you see something, that's funny or that's interesting, move on, right? There's now, as time has progressed and social media has evolved and gotten more sophisticated, there's a lot of other buttons that you can press. So another one is comments. That one's been around for quite a while. The investment the creator has to do on comments or the viewer has to do in comments is way more.
Yeah.
You need to write something.
It has to be good.
It has to be good. Well, it doesn't have to be good. But
it should be good.
It should be good. But people are saying, I want to engage with this deeper, further, right? So
engage in the community.
Yeah, of this particular post.
Yeah.
Shares is quite socially taxing because you're saying, I'm going to send this and bug a friend or a family member with this post. So that's very strong signal, right?
The heaviest weight.
Yeah, I know, people in my life and I mostly just communicate by sending each other memes and not actually texting,
The current love language.
Then a newer one is, I'm just going off the right-hand panel in my mind of the TikTok feed, bookmarks, right? So what do bookmarks say?
You want to come back.
Yeah.
Or you want to keep it organized in some way.
Yeah, I think bookmarks were needed as social media algorithms kept getting better and better, for people to be like, I like this, but I'm so hooked right now, I'll just come back to it later.
Exactly. Or even like, it's like, oh my gosh, this creator's list of top 10 books in the sci-fi. I'm like, well, I want to add this to my list, my TBR or whatever.
Yeah, you had to sneak a book reference here, didn't you?
For my margins girlies, I got to. It needed to happen.
Shout out to all the book girlies in the noise community. I've purposely been rattling all these off. These are all metrics everyone sees, right? So every time you're seeing a post, whether it's yours or someone else's, there's all these buttons that have all these numbers. Obviously, those numbers being higher is better, but I've purposely saved the best for last. And I want to make very clear here, I'm going to look at the camera and say, the most important metric is the one that you can't see on any numbers, at least not in the high level. It is further deep in the analytics, buried deep in the analytics, which is watch time. If you make a 10-second post and 100 people see that 10-second post, how many of them watch the full 10 seconds? There's this concept called the retention curve. It just looks like this. It goes down. At the 0.0 mark, 100 of those people all are watching. By the 5-second mark of this 10-second video, maybe only 10% of people are watching. Maybe it's 50% of people are watching. Maybe it's 90% of people are watching.
That's what you want.
That is what you want. The platforms track a view as a view, even if you're just like, and then just move on to the next one. And didn't actually read the text on the screen, didn't actually hear what the creator was saying, didn't actually, swipe through the slideshow. That still counts as a view, but that's not a very good view. Two things happen. One is the view doesn't actually get the message across. It's just like we showed it to someone and they didn't engage it.
Right.
So it's very important. We should add this in post so that people see inside of TikTok and Instagram what viewed watch time metrics look like and all that inside of people's analytics.
Because it'd be good. Like, how do you even access that? Where is it even?
Yeah.
How do you even see that?
Right. And also to understand, it's like, okay, well, this post that did better, I see that the watch time on it was way better. View retention was better. Gross watch time was way better. The watch time per view, or however you want to splice and dice it. Ultimately, it is the strongest signal to the algorithm to say, hey, I made a post, you showed it to some people, and they watched it.
Yeah.
There is nothing more stronger than sticking around to watch it. Because they have infinite amounts of posts to watch after this one.
Exactly.
And they chose to stick around for yours.
There's nothing more valuable than attention.
Yeah. And so here's the ultimate way to just think about how the algorithm works. You make that post and say, all right, Zaya just made an awesome book post, as you are known to do. Book-focused post. The algorithm puts it in front of 1,000 book girlies spread across America, who may or may not like your content.
What?
If you did a good job, the watch time is really high. And those 100 people that it got put in front of stick around and hear what you have to say or see what you did. If so, it's like, okay, let's show it to another 500. And those do well. It's like, okay, I'll show it to another 5,000. And those start doing well. All of this, importantly, happens over the course of few hours up to like a full day. And it just keeps basically testing you. Think of it almost as a competition, right? Your post is competing with all these other things, and it's pitting you against other things. Yeah. And if your watch time is good, and of course all your other engagement metrics are good, it just keeps showing it more and more and more.
Right.
On the flip side, you make a post, it wasn't your best effort, or it was just bad luck of the draw. Yeah. You might have done everything perfectly, but it was just bad luck of the draw. It shows it to 100 people, and those people are like, next. Yeah. And that's the end of it. First and foremost, that's okay. Yeah. If that happens, guess what? You can just do another one, right?
It happens to the most successful, like the people with millions of followers are still going to get posts that are not going to hit.
The worst post that gets under 1,000 views is the one you get after getting 1 million views. Because you're just like, I'm a fraud. I'm never doing this again. When you've never hit 1 million views, you're just like, that's normal. But, so all this to say, watch time is something that, because it is not in the frame of, your feed on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever, people don't really think about. But it is very important that we explain to the creator community that is the most important thing. And if you think about it, it makes the most sense. Yeah. Because it is, okay, you made a post, people watched it. That's what they're here to do. Ultimately, the platform's goal is to keep people watching content.
Yes.
So if they
on the app.
Yes, if they move on to the next one, they're not going to keep showing it to people. But if they do not move on to the next one and actually see it through, they will keep showing it to people.
Exactly.
And so I encourage every creator out there to go look back into the deeper analytics of watch times and view retention and all these things on their best performing posts, and they'll notice that those have a higher number than their, average performing posts.
Yeah.
And what I would hope will happen from hearing this episode is people are like, I can see why that one did better. Maybe I styled it properly. Maybe the song I picked is great. Maybe whatever thing I was doing with my hands or with my face was more engaging. Maybe that particular text on screen was better than the other one I did.
Right.
And obviously we keep building tools and making the product and the process simpler for people to understand these things and just get a higher hit rate and things like that. Again, I've already said it twice, but I'll say it again. Ultimately, there is some luck to it. Could have done everything perfectly, as I'm sure you've done many times, are one of our best in-house creators inside of the office.
It's mainly just because I've stuck with it.
Yes.
And that's really just what it is getting your reps in.
But it's like you're getting your reps in, but you're seeing what is doing better, so your reps keep getting better. Yeah. Right? You could do that metaphor for any sport or for anything. It's like the first time I ever kicked a soccer ball, I've kicked a million soccer balls by now. Still not that good. No, I'm kidding. And so it's just repetition, as with everything else, as every other skill in life. But you see it, and you have all these metrics that help you get better. And don't just stick to the ones that you see on the first screen. Go down to the post analytics and see those as well. And you'll notice, my better stuff gets more views. Thus, I need to do more of that.
Right. In the spirit of this, we're going to look at some of our creators who are really good at this optimization. They've just got it nailed down. So let's take a look.
All right. Oh, yeah, I know, Beth.
Yes.
Great song, too. Great song. Yeah. Okay, Zaya, what do you see?
Well, I think one of the best and clearest thing is that her movements are just really engaging. It's really kind of repetitive. You see a lot of her face, and something about the fact that it's she's constantly moving, I think is what keeps people just naturally very engaged.
So this is a very short video. I would imagine it's under 10 seconds. And so short videos are structurally advantageous for optimizing for watch time. Obviously, watch time, to be clear, when you retain a person over a minute-long video, like if you do a talking head video where you're talking in front of the camera for a minute and you have a really good watch time on that is way more valuable to the algorithm.
For sure, because that's just a lot.
with a really high watch time on a 10-second video. But I totally understand sometimes these are easier to rip out. People are busy. Everyone kind of picks their poison.
And we have them very strategic. We have these strategically for a reason. There's a reason why we do large blocks of text, because that will naturally have people have to watch more of the video, to repeat the video, to read the text. And it's there is a lot of value in it, even if it's not as long. Right.
So the text is long, but most people who do text over video like this just do something much simpler, if any. Yeah. Do some simpler motion, if any. She has a whole story with her hands that she's saying.
She's so expressive.
And so when it covers her eyes and just pulls her eyelids, I'm like, okay, well, what's her face gonna look like at the end? And she even pulls it really hard. Yeah. And so it's just, there's so much being visually told. If I deleted all of this text, this is an engaging video by itself.
Exactly.
And maybe that's a good rule of thumb I just thought about for text over B-roll type content for all creators watching. If you were to remove the text, is the video you're showing engaging?
Right.
For some reason, right?
Or even communicates the emotion. You can feel that she is frustrated. Yes. You can feel that she's done. You get what the video is trying to convey without the text at all.
Yeah.
She realized that this is the winning formula.
Yeah.
She's done it.
Oh, look at that.
Several times.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So Beth has understood that the stories she's telling with her hands are very draw people in. And very importantly, when you find something that works, press it hard.
Yeah, do it a bunch.
Yes. Humans do this all the time. We do it internally in the office. The product engineering team have heard me say this a lot. It's why do we find something that works? And then we're like, all right, that was cool. And then not do it again.
Right.
Instead of continuing to do it. It's very human. It's very natural. Yeah. No one's doing anything wrong. It's just it's important to keep that in mind. It's oh, that worked. And iterate on it. Right?
Exactly.
Maybe if she did that with high hair bun, it would do even better. Maybe it wouldn't. Yeah. But you have a baseline now, and then you can kind of iterate from there to find even better watch times. Cool.
For sure.
What's next? First of all, I just gotta say this. At some point, Greg realized that dudes usually have a disadvantage in the organic marketing game, and that he needed to be a particular kind of dude that would be very memorable, which he is. If you ever talk to him, he is very memorable in general. But he conveys that through the screen now with his top hat, which is awesome.
He's got a character.
It is so awesome. And so just shout out there to everyone watching. It's like Greg has a personality that he conveys without even opening his mouth on videos. And that alone is just like boosts watch time by several seconds for sure.
He does a great job here of just conveying something just a bit visually odd.
Yes.
Something that's just like, you're a little curious. You're like, why? Like the fastness of the chopping, is he going to cut his fingers? This was unsafe.
Yes.
Like, you're just kind of engaged naturally watching this because you're just perplexed.
Yeah.
So he's taking a very different type of angle of watch time, but it works really well.
Yeah, because first of all, he's a lefty like me, so I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Love the color matching also. The green to the green is really good.
Do you think that was on purpose?
I hope so. Let us know, Greg.
Yeah, does he?
With Greg, it's always on purpose.
The thing I was going to say is he's sped up the video, which I think tells a story too. Because if you're chopping an apple very slowly, it's like, whatever. But you're right. I hadn't thought about it until you said it, and now I can't not see it and not feel nervous.
Yeah.
That because he sped up his video, I'm like, wait, is Greg just going to call me telling me he's at the hospital now? Like, what's happening, right? Like, and again, if you do that mental practice of removing the text, forget about whatever the product is that he's talking about, this also is a very visually appealing video.
Yeah.
And there is a compounding effect. His funny hat and being called Craig LinkedIn on his page. Obviously, it's a play on Abraham Lincoln. All the comments are Abraham Lincoln coded.
Everything is storytelling.
Yes.
And the best creators understand that and tell micro stories with all their posts that feed into the broader story of their niche accounts and things like that.
Exactly.
So, good job, Greg.
Yeah.
Let's look at the next one.
So I've been on the Noise app for 2 weeks. And I'm just a baby. I'm just starting. And when I started, I came in with the mindset of just like, fuck it, why not? You know? Wanted to go full in and see if I could really do it. And I got my first payout. And I made $60. And it's real money. Pays for my groceries or my gas. And like, I'm just a baby. I just started doing this. And so I would 100% recommend, what do you have to lose? Just be dedicated to it, decide that you're gonna do it, and just go all in. Because that's what works. Keep posting, be consistent. They give you all of the content that you need to post. So they make it super easy. I love videos like this because I get to just kind of talk at the camera. That's my favorite thing to do. But try it. Try it and decide that you're actually gonna do it and join the Discord and do all the things. It's really, really not hard at all. You simply just have to do it. So try it. I have my code pinned on my profile. Use my code or don't. I don't care. But try it. Just try it.
I just want to hang out with her.
I
She's
know.
so charismatic. Well, first of all, just great.
Yeah,
I'm just
great
a
job.
baby. Is like what? Like it was such a. I wasn't expecting those words to come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And so it was very appealing, right? Right in the first few seconds.
I love the whole just fuck it, why not try it?
Yes.
Like that's just like so like
First episode we ever swear. We'll try to keep it pretty PG-13.
Okay,
No, that's fine because like she did it already, so we wrote the band.
Yeah, she did it first. Believe me.
Yes. It's fine because the creator did it first. Okay. Just overall fantastic. Layout is really good, very well lit.
Yeah.
In the car, historically has been a good thing for organic marketing.
Yeah.
The hook is very stylized, right? It's like you can tell she's a very stylish person and just like sets that up in her wardrobe and the way she framed the text in the middle of the screen. Yep. And then she just tells a very engaging story.
Yeah, it's so casual and it's so earnest.
Yes.
I feel like where a lot of talking heads can get kind of difficult because it sounds like you're almost trying to sell the experience and that could be difficult. I feel like she really is just recommending it to me. Yeah. And is like really like honestly just being like, yeah, this is great.
And it is worth recognizing that this is not necessarily the most viral thing in the world yet, but I have no doubt, and she's probably already done it before, if she keeps telling stories like these, she will hit one in the head perfectly. Yep. It'll go mega viral. It'll make her an insane amount of money.
She'll get way more than $60.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's done way more than that already since she started. But again, like I don't think we came up with the "I'm just a baby" framing.
Yeah, no.
but it's very interesting because it's like, what do you mean you're just a baby? Oh, okay, you mean you're a novice. You're getting started.
Yep.
That's very exciting. It's very unique way of framing things.
I think she did a really good job also of like changing her tone throughout the video too.
Yeah.
Both from just like getting really excited, talking more casually, talking a little bit more formally, but like the whole time like the her voice just natural inflection changed so much that it was like psychologically engaging.
Yeah. And I realized that, creators often prefer to do not talking than talking. Talking takes more emotionally, takes more time.
It's nerve-wracking.
I get all these things.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's why we give people choice, right? Every brand hopefully has many different playbooks that brands can choose from. Okay. But don't sleep on talking, because talking, if you just hit it, the watch time, the total amount of seconds a high watch time talking head video has is really high, and so the algorithms will push it a lot more than your 10-second not talking video.
It also proves to the algorithm that you're like a real person.
Yeah.
I think it's always good.
Yes. It's also just good practice. Like, none of us here in the office knew how to talk in front of the camera, really. Maybe I had a little experience, but not that much. And the more you do it, the better you get at it in general, right? Like, Holly in 6 months is just going to be rolling in it. Exactly. And it's just because she's already talking in front of the camera, even though she's just, as she said, a baby. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I think we're wrapping it up here. I think it's been, helpful to just verbalize all of these metrics that people should keep in mind. Hopefully, and you'll have to tell us in the comments, guys, if we're distilling it down to a very digestible format.
If it's helpful.
Yes, it's helpful if it's easy to understand. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. This will soon start getting shot into the app, if not already by the time this goes out. And the audience is going to start exploding, so be sure to be one of the first ones in. All right, talk soon.
Yay.